Hi guys. I wanted to take a few minutes and sit outside and tell you exactly why I started my YouTube channel. It's kind of windy out here today, which I'm kind of liking. It's kind of cool out. It's been like 90 here in Michigan the past month, I think, and it's nice and cool and a little gray, but I'm glad the sun's not beating down on me anymore. And I'm glad it's kind of windy because I'm not having the greatest hair day. But anyway, I want to introduce myself. If you don't know me, my name is Lori. And if you do know me, there's a good chance you met me in my retail store. I had a brick and mortar home decor store for almost 20 years. So if that is how you know me, I want to thank you so much for following me on this next chapter of my business. Before I tell you why I started the YouTube channel, I'm going to tell you why I opened my brick and mortar store. First, I'm going to tell you that I started off right out of high school in the insurance world. I was an insurance adjuster for a really long time. That's really was never my passion. I remember telling my boss, I never really wanted to be an insurance adjuster. And he was like, well, like, who did? No one wanted to be an insurance adjuster. It just kind of happens. So that is what happened to me. But while I was busy in my 9-to-5 job, actually not while I was busy in it, but I had a 9-to-5 job, and a lot of times it was longer hours than that. But my biggest passion was decorating. I love decorating my home. That was what gave me a lot of joy. I liked to do DIY projects and buy things at garage sales and flea markets because I was on a pretty big budget. Not a big budget, a tight budget. A big tight budget. That's what I was on. I had 4 little kids, and at one point I was single, but anyway, I decorated my home like that. I'd have the kids with me, we would hit the garage sales, and I love to repurpose and upcycle and all that, and that was like 30 years ago before it was like a thing, right? But anyway, so that's what I did, and then I got laid off from my insurance job. And I was going to look for another insurance job, and my friends are like, why? What are you doing? Open a retail store. Open a home decor store. And I thought that was crazy. I'd never even worked at a store. But my husband is a contractor. He's self-employed. He's been self-employed his entire life, basically. And I thought, well, if he can manage his own business, and I'm not that dumb, I can manage my own business too. Not that he's dumb, but I'm no dumber than he is, right? So I did that. I opened my brick and mortar store, and I wanted to have a brick and mortar store that I could actually afford to shop at. Because while I was doing my decorating in my home, I would sell things like on Craigslist and to other retail stores. And the prices that these retail stores were putting on my furniture, I'm like, I can't even afford to buy my own furniture. So I wanted to have a store that people could come in, get inspired, and be able to afford whatever they wanted out of the store, basically. So that's what I did. And then I started the YouTube channel to kind of promote my retail business. That never really worked out. I did I don't even know how many videos, 5 at the top. I don't know. 3 maybe. I don't know how many I did, but I did a handful. I was way too busy in that retail business to be consistent on YouTube. So I didn't do it anymore. So 20 years of having a retail space. It wasn't 20 years, but 18 maybe total. When I first started the retail store, we were open like any other store, 6 days a week, I think, 10 to 6, something like that. Anyway, so then that was 9 years into it. And I ended up moving to a really cool building, an 1843 historic mill. I love that mill so much, and I ended up buying it. But it was in a very, very small town. There was nobody walking by or anything, so I decided to be open just once a month, which I love. People thought I was insane. They're like, you're never going to pay your bills. You're nuts. I ended up making way more money doing that, honestly. We were open 3 days, well, actually 3.5 days a month. And I did really, really well. And it got to be this monster. Honestly, I bought a second building, another historic mill. It was super cool. I ended up using that for a photo studio, but it just got to be too much. Honestly, my husband, like I said, is a contractor. The thought was he was gonna fix up the buildings, and that never happened because he's too busy at work, and I don't know. Lots of things happen, life happened, I guess, right? I just got too busy. I was getting exhausted. I was totally burned out. So I ended up selling my buildings. And that's how I ended up here on YouTube. I thought I can't not do what I love. So that's what I want to do. I want to share what I love with you. And I want to share how I started that retail store with you. Basically sharing all my DIY tips, answering all the questions I used to get at the store, honestly, too. I loved meeting so many people and talking with you guys. People would ask me all the time for decor tips and that. So that's why I thought I'm going to dedicate this channel to helping more people. Because how many people could I really talk to in 3.5 days? And honestly, we were at one point so dang busy that I couldn't talk to anybody. So this way I can talk to millions of people, really, right? And I hope that you leave a comment, tell me what you want me to talk about. But I am going to show you exactly how I decorate my house. I'm going to show you how I use brand new things and I mix them with stuff I get at the flea markets and garage sales. And my very favorite thing to do, well, those are my very favorite things to do, and my other very favorite thing to do is to hit small towns. So I never got to hit all the fun little towns that have fun, cute little shops and wonderful restaurants. I'm going to highlight those here on this channel too. I want to show you how to take those boutique finds, integrate them with the big box store stuff, because like it or not, we end up buying from Target and Walmart and all that, don't we? I mean, it's kind of unavoidable. We need things. Things that you can't find at the flea market, things you're not going to find at a little boutique store. So my mission is to buy the least amount that I can from the big box stores, but it's going to happen. So anyway, so I'm going to show you how I integrate vintage soul with a modern edge. So let me know what you want to learn, and let's get started. Thanks, you guys.